When that doctor looks at you, and I remember it was on my birthday and her father's birthday, and said, look, there's no other easy way to say this. You've got cancer and you've got 6 months. It's like getting hit by a train. But the problem is the train keeps rolling and you just keeps going faster and faster and faster. 42 years old, and she was diagnosed, her primary diagnosis point was duodenal. So it was a very rare form of cancer that then the worst prognosis was it began to spread. And so she lived 18 months and did 18 rounds of chemotherapy. And she actually came in and out of hospice 3 times. And that's a misunderstanding people have, is that if you go to hospice, you're done. That's, that's one step before heaven. And it's not true. People do come out. There's nothing associated with dying and being at hospice, okay? Hospice is just a facilitator in the process. When you go through the hospital process and the chemotherapy, and there's a process that goes on here. As you go through that, it's very intense. Hospitals are brightly lit, oncology centers where they do, there's lots of people and, there's a lot of things. Then you come to a point where it's quieter and it's calm. And that's so important, because up to now and up to that point, the pressure, the fear, everything builds. So let's all stop now and see what it's about. Hospice is there to make that transition easy and comfortable as possible. It's an organization that exists for the purpose of, in my opinion, a quality exit for the individual and a quality entrance into a new phase of life for the ones behind. It had been a rough night. She'd been sick. We brought her in during the night. She was really bad. The guy told me out on a bench that, I said, I can't believe how this is, treating her. She's so sick. And he said, well, do you think that the sun should shine on everyone? But I said, well, yeah, of course so. He said, then a little rain has to fall. Expect the rain. It's going to come. Make sure you've got a warm, dry shelter. Then he got up and walked away. I think the most important thing that people need to think about when they think about hospice is that it's a necessary and an important part of life. In our lives, people will pass. Having something like hospice is there for that. And when you're looking at investments and donations, it's a donation that makes an investment in your own future, your family, and the people around you. It's a necessary step.